Hello everyone, and welcome to my creative space where we shall learn Revit together, specifically for structural engineering workflows. So whether you're a student, maybe you are my student and I've referred you to these videos, or you're an engineer, an architect, someone curious about Revit, or someone passionate about learning Revit for structural purposes, you are most welcome to this course. I'll be taking you through the workflow of Revit, on how to manipulate Revit to finish your projects, particularly for structural projects. I always get requests from many people who want me to mentor them in Revit for structural purposes, and I find it hard to give attention to all of them at once. So I've decided to come up with something like this, where I can always refer people to and give them the assistance that they need. So I'll start with this course. It will not be so detailed. A lot of things will be beyond the scope of this course, and later on I'll handle detailed topics in Revit, those that I would maybe have skipped in the course, throughout the course, and maybe those that I felt were beyond the scope of the course. Because if I handled everything at once, this would be massive, to be a massive project. And I want to say that you're in right hands. Feel free to rewind and pause where you see that maybe I'm moving very fast. However, I'll try to be as slow as I can. Reason being, I want to cater for all levels of expertise, whether you're a beginner, whether you're at intermediate level, or you're an expert. So without further ado, let's dive into the first tutorial of the course. So when you first launch Revit, the first thing you see is this welcome screen. On the left here, you can choose whether you want to open a new Revit model file. So whether you want to open an existing Revit model file or create a new Revit model file. Same thing for families. Then here are some of the models that you've worked on recently. These others come as defaults when you install Revit. Same thing for families. When you want to start a new project, you click on this icon here, then select the template. Since we are working with structure modeling, our focus is structure modeling, so we select a structure template. This gives us access to the tools and settings relevant for our structure modeling, like for columns and beams and rebar and so on. If you have your template, a template that you want to use that's not among the defaults that come with Revit, you look for it here when you click on Browse. If you want to create a new template instead of a project, you choose this option before clicking OK. However, for this project, for this tutorial, we shall just choose a model here like this one that I've worked on before. Then we see how we explore the interface together. So this is how Revit looks like for this model. You would maybe you opened a different model, maybe you created a new project, whichever. It's the same thing. You'll not find it hard to follow along. So once your project is opened, you'll notice a strip at the top of the screen. This is called the ribbon. It is the main command center of Revit. The ribbon is divided into two tabs. Like you can see here, architecture, structure, steel, precast, etc. If you have additional add-ins you have installed, like mine, my computer has Lumion, it will appear here as an additional tab. But this is not our on this for this course. Under the architecture tab, here some of the tools you can use, walls and windows and curtain systems, ramps and whatever, as you can see. When you hover over a tool, Revit has a guide on how to use some of these tools, accompanied with a keyboard shortcut, the default keyboard shortcuts. You can edit the shortcuts to suit your preferences. We shall look at that. But under the architecture tab, I don't think there's much we shall do. This side from some of these appear under the structure tab. So this is where we shall put our focus. These are some of the tools we shall use: the beams, the walls, the columns, the floors, the connections, foundations, the reinforcements, and the detailing. These are openings by face and shaft, placing grids, then level. This is faint because to place grids you need a vertical view, like an elevation or a section or a 3D. So it will no longer be faint if at all we are maybe here, the north elevation, like you want to see. Then on the left side of your screen, you will see the properties palette. It is context sensitive. By what I mean is it shows different different options depending on what you've selected. If you've not selected anything, then it will show the properties of the view that is being displayed. For example, this is the first floor, so it will display the properties of the first floor. If I selected, say this beam, it will display properties of the beam, the type, the reference level, the work plane, the offsets, the rotation, the geometric position, the materials, the usage, and etc. Then on the right, I have the project browser. The project browser is kind of like a table of contents for your project. You will find your views, your sheets, your families, your schedules and groups here, neatly organized and easily accessible. When you create a section, it will be under here automatically. If you create an elevation, it will be under here. Sheets under here. Like that. You can always expand these panels like this, like I'm doing. The floor areas, the floor plans will also be grouped under structure plans. Then this is the drawing area, which is the central part of your drawing. This is where you place the elements and model them and annotate them and detail. You can open multiple views, like you can see here, and you keep switching to whichever view you want. Then also you can change the appearance of this background. Come here to view. Then on the extreme right here, there's canvas theme. You can always change it like this, or use a shortcut, keyboard shortcut, CA, like so. If you hover over this tool, you can see the keyboard shortcut is indicated there. That is the drawing area. Then the quick access toolbar. at the extreme top here. It has shortcuts like open and save. There's undo and redo, print, conversion to PDF. Then align dimension. These are, you can always add your own here. There's 3D view, the section, inline, stool. Then here's to close inactive views, for example. If I have so many of them here and I only want the one I've opened, you simply click here and it will close all the rest. So that is the quick access toolbar. Now the status bar and the tips are right here on the bottom left. This shows tips about the current tool and it about what the current tool does and what Revit expects you to do next. So it is super helpful. For example, if I illustrate something here, I came here under modify and I chose the copy command and I click it like this. I come here to my drawing area. What you see on the status bar and tips is that it says click to select. Yeah, just that. Tab for alternatives. Control adds, meaning if you want to select menu, you hold down the control key and you select. Then shift and select. Then after you've selected, you press enter or space to finish. Then escape to cancel. I want also to explore one more item, that is if you come here to the file tab, I have some extra commands this side, new, open, save, etc. Then under here there's this option. Under general you have a save reminder interval. Mine is 15 because I've used this software before. I think I set it to the lowest, but yours should be like 30 minutes. I think that's the default. Then the username, then the rest. Under user interface, this is where you customize your keyboard shortcuts. For example, if you modify it with that properties, with PP, then if some don't have shortcuts, so you can create your own shortcuts. We shall explore this when we are working in later tutorials. Then under colors, you can decide the user interface active theme. I can say, let me follow what my system is set to. My system is set to light. That's why I see my Revit appears light. If I override this to dark, and I say the canvas color scheme, this drawing area, that's what this means. If I say this is light, then I press OK to appear like that. The canvas theme is light, but the user interface is dark. Then if at all I set this to light, to dark also, it appears like that. You can also override these colors if you want. Yeah, but I'll not do that. I'll leave it the way it is. I press OK. This is my favorite. However, we shall keep interchanging here and there if need be. That is a simple overview of the Revit interface, from the ribbon to the properties, the browser to the drawing area. So don't worry if it feels a lot. You'll get more comfortable as we go along. I want to say that stay with me because I'll be dropping many gems along the way, and I don't want you to miss out on the treasure hunt. So you can subscribe and like the video and share, especially that sharing, because I want this knowledge to reach out to each and everyone. When I was learning Revit, I didn't have someone to guide me like this, so I struggled because most of the information out there is about uh, maneuvering Revit for architecture workflows. Before you go, I want to drop a little gem like I was saying. You see my properties panel is on the left and the browser is on the right. When you start Revit, they are all on the left. But how mine is this side is that I moved it actually. You can move around these panels around like this. They are side by side, but if I want it to come down, let me try it. Kind of not easy. And adjust the size like this. But basically what I want to say is that you can move these panels all around, these two. If yours is down here, you can readjust it or take it to this side. Like I'm doing, adjust the sizes like that. If you want to take it back down here, let me try that again. Oh, that expands it. Let me see. Oh, it's not an easy task overall. It's not an easy task. Yeah, I got it. So this is how yours might look like when you open Revit. But I don't like this because I have to do a lot of scrolling. Sometimes I'm comfortable working like this, sometimes I'm not. So I'll just take it back to the way it was. Now I'm holding down my 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 mouse. So if I point here, you can see if I release it, it will be horizontal. But if I do like this, it will be vertical like that. Then adjust this. If at all you accidentally remove these panels like this, for properties palette, you can always bring it back with the shortcut PP and it will go back where it was. However, Project Browser doesn't have a keyboard shortcut that comes with Revit as a default, but you can always bring it back. When you go back here to the View tab, then click User Interface, then check the panels that you want to restore. So thank you for listening. See you in the next tutorial where I shall learn about the different modeling tools.